What just happened to the comic book market? Something absolutely exploded today. If you want to know what it is, a reason behind why it's happening, as well as what you can do to be a part of it, don't go anywhere. Check this out. Huge shout out to the homies over at Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out at their website or follow them on social media if you're into amazing retailer exclusives, as well as making your FOC orders through them. And if you need anything cleaner press, I do got a good friend that can take care of you. The link is in the description to my buddy Justin. And as always, a huge thank you to my LCS, ABX Comics and Games. If you're ever in the Augusta area and you want to check out some comics or get into tabletop gaming, they got you the hookup. So let's get into it. This is going to be very fun to go through. So something just exploded in the comic book market. It's spiking. Everyone's grabbing them, including myself, as a matter of fact. So what just happened here recently is a specific book just took off like a rocket, and it's had some help doing it. There's some reasons why it's done that. So let's go ahead and look at what book is blowing up right now, and it's definitely inside your price range. It's none other than Turok issue number 1 from Valiant Comics. If you'll look right here, the dates on this bad boy, June 30th, June 30th, June 30th, and it continues. June 30th, July 1st, June 30th, July 1st, July 1st, July 1st, then July 2nd, 3 more on July 2nd, 3 more on July 2nd, including the gold foil, the actual limited edition one, 3 more on July 2nd, 3 more on July 2nd, and this continues, it continues. What's really cool about this is fabricated. This is intent. This is done very specifically and for very specific reasons. So if you follow a lot of comic stuff for a long time, you probably don't keep up with this. But if you're semi-new to comics, or depending on how you interact with comics, you keep up with the trending lists. There's comic services and websites out there, Key Collector app that does the hot 10 list of the week. Comic Tom is a YouTuber and a comic seller who works with Key Collector and curates these top 10 lists and disseminates them to the viewers so that people know what's hot that week and what to go buy, and typically from them. But what's happening right now is a specific Instagram user has called to arms for the fans of comic books to have some fun with this, with these top 10 lists, to see if we can actually influence the market and make it onto a top 10 list. And it seems like it's starting off pretty strong. As the time of recording this is only day 1 of this going on. And here's a little bit of information on that Instagrammer and what kind of goes behind it all. Josh loves comics. He has a fantastic Instagram page, does a lot of fun content, and he's a big fan of Say No to FOMO. So we decided to do a poll to see if we can get a specific book to hit the FOMO list, the top 10 list. And as you can see, the fans chose Turok number 1 from Valiant Comics. And since then, he's been posting on his page. He's been asking people to share with him. So be sure to do that. And if you got any funny memes up your sleeve, be sure to send them in. Here's his page right here. Be sure to give it a follow, and let's see if we can have some fun with this. As you can see, I've got plenty of Turok number 1s. It's one of my favorite books just to pick up whenever I find it. I'm a huge Nintendo 64 guy. I've loved it on Nintendo 64. It's just a callback to the early 90s when I was growing up in comics. I'm an 80s baby, so I came up in the 90s. I even have an exclusive 1-of-1 Jurassic Park acetate. Only one of these exists. Shout out to Actual Dracula. But it seems like a fun concept. You know, like it's not any ill intent behind it, just having fun, just reminding people that the influence that such little things can have on these top 10 lists, and to really be more responsible with your money, or be informed with your money. Not necessarily saying that anyone's spending their money in a bad way, but just kind of showing how shaky these things could potentially be. Now, that being said, I do want to draw something to your attention. If you watched my video from Monday, where I started sharing my graded comic collection with everybody, I talked about how I'm going to start looking at the cover price resource to kind of gauge some values with what's in my collection. So I have had cover price for a long time, and I'm just now getting some experience with it. And I decided to kind of check in on this Turok book on cover price. So they gather information from numerous sales data and stuff like that. And just at the time of recording this, I have it pulled up right here. I have Turok number 1, just a plain A cover. There are a couple of variants for it. But if you go down, as you can see, the book is already up 0.82%. The current trend is up. It is it is actually trending up already. The CGC 9.8 last recorded sale is $60. If you check some of the eBay last solds, there's plenty on there from the recent time that's well under that $60. There are people asking for more, but the actual last sold. And it says the most common slab is a 9.8 at $57. Most common raw is just a standard near mint raw at $5. And we're already seeing those $5 sales going up as well. So the current trend is up. Total record sales 646. Highest known value is $109 on the Turok book. The CGC 9.8 highest known is 109. So I'm wondering if during this week, while this Turok push is happening, if that'll change at all. But we see the last 9.8 sale was $60, exceeding the fair market value of $57, and that happened on today's date, July 2nd. Today is July 3rd. So that happened yesterday on July 2nd. So I'm be interested to see if any more sales go in, because at the time of filming this, I have all those last soldiers showing July 2nd. So I needed to go. I should have checked for today's date as well, but it looks like there's a lot of stuff happening with that book. Sales all the way up to the very end of June and bleeding over into July. But it's pretty interesting to see how it's already getting an upward trend, because I doubt Turok had an upward trend before this all kicked off. So he announced weeks in advance that he wanted to do this Say No to FOMO experiment. Then he ran a poll on his channel, just casting a wide net, asking his whole audience, what books would you like to see this done with? And I picked Turok 1 because it's just fun. It's a book that I always pick up whenever I come across it. I've got a bunch of copies. And it ended up, after he got 3 good contenders, he decided to put it into a poll and just do an elimination style poll. And it came down to Turok number 1. So after that, he announced that starting Monday, July 3rd, will be the kickoff of official Turok week. So follow his IG, or if you want to share your Turok books on IG, now is the month to do it. Use hashtag Turok week so people like myself can go in and enjoy looking at it and just sharing in the Turok goodness kind of stuff. And if you have it in your heart, or if you have a desire to do it, go check out some of the prices. Pick up a few copies. See if you can add some more to the market. But it really only helps the experiment if you get them from a resource that has recorded data sales like eBay. I believe Macari does, or places like that. If you just get it from your buddy kind of thing, there's no way to track the record sales. But if you go that route, you can at least share it on IG and use the hashtag Turok Week. And he also asked, if you have any great memes, be sure to send them to him. He'll share them out, or share them out yourself. I've made a few already, just thought it would be fun. And I had to go with, kick it off with Yoda. Yes, Turok I smell. The classic one right here, the look back with Action Comics. And feel free to screenshot these. You can use them if you would like. I have no ownership over them. And, of course, had to go with The Office. Owning Turok is cool. Owning even more Turok is cooler. So just some fun stuff. It's just a great way to have fun with the community. And I found a lot of new pages already today just from searching that hashtag and seeing what he shared. So it's definitely something fun, and I'm definitely going to revisit how this all went Sunday night during my live show at Week's End. We'll take a look at the cover price again and see if it's changed at all from that 0.82% trending up. I've got a couple more slabs on the way of Turok 1. I bought a 10-pack for like $15 of Turok 1, so I've got a lot more I'll be adding to my collection. That's like 12 more, including one of the gold foils. I found one of those for a great price too. So it's definitely fun if you're into that kind of thing. And it'd be interesting to see if it hits any of those top 10 lists. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about doing something like this. Just see if you can get a book to trend intentionally and just having fun with comic books, and leave your thoughts. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that join button. Consider becoming a channel member. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.